Hey y'all, welcome back to Life with Elizabeth. And this is your girl, Elizabeth. We're back on these streets. We are on the Bahamian streets in Nassau, about to head to a client. I want to talk about retreats. So I went on a retreat, a 3-day retreat, which was chef's kiss. I mean, talk about having a Lord, a Savior, a Father that loves you and cares for you so much that He wants to just ensure that you up to date, like you up to date on the stories, you up to date on all the things that you need to know about your own life. Like, let me put this here. Yeah, like you're up to date on life. And I realized that like I needed to connect. I talked about how often I do a retreat, and I said 4 times, but it's 4 times throughout the year. And I think in another video, what I want to talk about is um, in preparation for the new year. And if you're, well, I'm an entrepreneur, so I just normally plan. Like I think about like what is the year going to look like financially, holistically, like all the things. What am I going to be doing throughout the year? And if I'm going to do a retreat 4 times out of the year, you need to count your dollars, baby girl. Like you need to ensure that like that's priority. Like if you're running a business, you're a mother, you are the business. Like your house is the business. Your finances in your home is your priority. Like if we look at our lives as businesses and business owners and take ownership of the things that are happening in our life, listen, a lot of things would change. And so that was one of the things that I understood within this last retreat, the understanding that my life is my business. Your life is your business. Like you need to create your spreadsheet. Like how many kids do you have? How many kids do you have? How much school fees has to be paid? How much groceries or how much money you spend on groceries a month? Um, what is your budget? What is the cost of fuel for the month and then for the year? So you look at all of these things. How many vacations are you going to have with your family? Not just your retreat, but your family. And throughout the year, as you make money, you're not just paying this bill, paying the next bill. Like you're ensuring that when you make money, you're making enough money to cover all of these expenses. And ensuring manager that one of your expenses is your retreat. You have to have a break so that you're not working or taking care of your kids from a place of burnout, exhaustion, and frustration. Because one of the other things that I understood is that our kids, although sometimes it may seem so frustrating, it may seem so hard, they are your gifts. That's your investment. So every dollar that you spend on them, the food that they eat, the soccer practices, all those things, they are investments for their future. And depending on how you treat them is what you will get in return. So if you want good returns, you will not mistreat those children. If you want good returns on your investment, which is your children, you will ensure that they go to the best schools. You will ensure that they have the best coaches, they have the best tutors, and you will make sure that a part of your investment is budgeting those things. Wow, that's a bad accident. So, a part of your budget is those kids. And then going on a retreat helps you to better take care of those children. Each child, you can deal with them as if they are a part of your business structure. Okay, I'm going to call one Mary and I'm going to call one Martha. So Mary is a soccer player. She has band. She has, and then she has to be maintained. So in order to ensure that this investment gives you the best returns, what does Mary need to become the ultimate soccer player? And then you have Martha, that is not into sports, that is very girly and maybe loves like sparkly things. Maybe the investment in her life would be um, letting her understand more about skincare and understanding hair care, whatever it is, you need to find their areas that they just draw to. They may not be passionate about it because they're kids or they're younger, but you need to find things that they actually like. And if you're going to invest into them, you discuss this with them. You have conversations with them, letting them know that is soccer, Mary, if you really love soccer, we're going to invest in all of the needs that you have for soccer. And ensure that you're letting Mary know the cost. So she's aware. And what I've found with some kids is that I have a client that has two daughters, and because they have a lot of extracurricular activity and it costs so much, bearing in mind their parents are millionaires, but what the parents do is have them invest in themselves. So they let them see what it takes to manage them. So they sell little gnomes in their community, in their neighborhood. They sell those little gnomes. They make them and paint them. And now we're going into the Christmas season and Thanksgiving season. So they also create wreaths. So they buy the wreaths, and she taught them how to budget with purchasing their items as well. So the money that they make is money that they made around the house, like washing dishes, washing the clothes, nothing big and spectacular, but that is the money that they use to invest in their business. So they're creating the wreaths. It's not coming out of the parents' pocket. It's not coming out of mama's pocket. It's coming out of their own budget. And then they reproduce their money. So these investments, we're teaching our kids how to best manage money and understand the importance of investing in themselves and loving themselves too. Whoops, Daisy. And it's teaching them to love themselves. Okay, they know that they love this thing so much. Now, is it worth me taking my $20 and reinvesting in this company that I'm running or whatever? No, I don't want to spend. I want to buy clothes. So it's teaching them to manage. It's teaching them to be responsible. It's teaching them to also be disciplined. Because I think for a very long time as parents, sometimes we take on all of the responsibility. These kids come in contact with so many other kids. What are the things that kids need? It is possible that the thing that the kids need, they can sell to other kids. Now, I don't have a small child. I'm just giving you ideas. I'm giving you context on how, as a mother, as a parent, you can take some responsibility off yourself and start to allow the people in your home to assist, because you're the manager. Just giving you some ideas and ensuring that as you have them work, you're not always having to pay out. They're paying themselves. Let me know if that little nugget right there was a hit for your family. But I don't have small kids, so I don't know if it will work, if it does work. But I know it sounds like a pretty good idea. Another thing that I got out of the retreat was sound. There is certain music that I personally just like because I like it, I enjoy it, it just sounds good. And then there's certain music that I realized that always it's guaranteed that it's gonna always evoke the spirit of Christ. Like if you want to connect, like this is the way, this is the song. And throughout the entire retreat, I played music that had certain beats, certain rhythms. And I mean, it literally felt like I was in a trance, like it was so intimate and deep and meaningful that I mean, I don't even know how to put it into words how amazing that the retreat had been. And like I said before, if you've not done a retreat in a while and you feel like you're burnt out and you feel like you cannot afford a retreat, or like life is just doing a lot and you need a timeout, listen, time out in the bathroom until you can go to an Airbnb or a hotel, time out, you know, at your mama's house while the mom is over at your house taking care of the kids, whatever it is that you need to do. Exchange with your best friend. She has kids and you have kids. You're going to keep the kids this weekend and she keeps the kids the next weekend so that she can have a break as well to retreat and reconnect with God. Like, we have to be creative and we can't keep just saying we don't have the money to do it or you don't have the time to do it. Like, you have to find the time. Like, if you want to run A+ business, you want to run your house at top notch financially, emotionally, you don't want to be shouting at your kids and frustrated with them because you feel like, like they're such a burden to you. No, those kids are not a burden. They are a blessing. And God trusted them in our care. And one of the things that I did as well was ask God for forgiveness because I was pretty young when I had a child. So I didn't understand that as being no gift. Like, that was just a gift. I just made a mistake. And I have to always let my daughter know that she's not a mistake. She's not forgotten. She's not rejected. She is loved. She's fearfully and wonderfully. Affirm those children daily. If you came across this video and you didn't know why, I'm telling you why right now. Because every day you need to affirm your kids. There was another thing that I did with my daughter a couple months ago when I started to realize how much I need to ensure that her mental health remains intact, that I am pouring into her as the mother, as the pastor over her life, is I sent her a voice note. I sent her a voice note of affirmations. I was letting her know that she was fearfully and wonderfully made. I let her know how much she is loved. I let her know how much she's a blessing to me and my life. I let her know that everything she does and every part of her is a blessing to me. I let her know in this voice note that even on her worst days, she's a blessing. She's a blessing to me and she's a blessing to others. Sometimes having kids could be frustrating. Sometimes it didn't pan out the way that you wanted it to. Sometimes it just doesn't look right. Sometimes the money doesn't look right. Sometimes, life just be doing the most. But even when life is doing the most, take a check yourself in the mornings, wake up earlier than the kids, and ensure that you are mentally right to take care of those kids for the day. You're mentally right to do the things. That one child that always shouting or crying or doing the most, I used to be that child. I will tell you, I used to be that child. But who's the best manager of our family? So you need to find the assets in each person. Find the things that that each child can help with. And these, I don't know how old your kids are. I don't know where you are in the world. I don't know. But what I do know is, even with preparing in the mornings or starting to prepare in the evenings, you can have your kids set their bags out in the night, get their uniforms ready at night, so that in the morning, if they're not morning kids or whatever it is, they are prepared. Have one kid who's like the manager, who's good at like remembering all the things. Have that child be the one that makes sure that the bags are packed, the bags are in the car, whatever it is that keeps the family back. Have the one that manages things well be the one that is in charge of that thing. And they don't need to come back to you to give you the 411 on how everything's going. They need to do it. The child that is good at, let's say, cooking, let them make breakfast. Let them make dinner for the family. Like, take some of the load off you, mama. Like, you don't have to be jack of all trades. You don't have to be the one doing everything in the house. You don't have to be super mom. You could be super manager. Like, be a good manager of the house. If a dad is involved, the dad is your manager, mom. And he's given you the responsibility to deal with the home. And he ensures that the finances come into the home. However that works in your house, but ensure that the stress is reduced from you to him. And each child, how much ever children you have, has responsibilities in the home to take the load off of you. So that's one of the things that I don't know why I have that information. I don't have multiple kids. I have 23-year-old daughter that works. So that information is just for mamas. This is what, I don't know, this is what I'm talking about today, is for you girls that have multiple children. You might be a single mom and you feel like the load is on you financially, emotionally, all the things. Put the phone down. Put the phone down in the evenings. Do not sit down and just stroll. Yes, you may feel as if that has been, that helps you somehow mentally and emotionally. But what will help both you and your children mentally and emotionally is for you to connect with them after you had a long day at work and after they had a long day at school. They don't want an angry, tired mom. They want a loving, caring mother that's going to connect with them, that actually cares about, the things that are happening in their life. So when you get off from work, although the day may have been rough, let your children know that I got off from work now, or every day when I get off from work, I need 30 minutes. If they understand time, explain to them the amount of time that you need so that you can have a retreat in your room for 30 minutes before you take on their talking about school and all the things, right? So they come to you with the thing that's due and all that stuff. Let them tell you all of those things after your 30-minute break. And if anybody, and leave somebody in charge of ensuring that everybody's good. And if someone doesn't meet that requirement, whatever you are paying out, let's say you're paying them $20 to wash the dishes or $10 to wash the dishes, you take $1 out of their 20. You take a $2 out of their 20. If you got to find strategies that work for your own house, you have to find things that will help not just you, but will also help your kids have a better you. Listen, I hope that video or this video has been beneficial for you, because like I said, I definitely don't have no small kids, but let me know in the comments if this helped. Let me know one of the nuggets that you're going to apply for your household, and I will see you in the next video. Peace in, y'all.